Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the WeSportin podcast. We are back for more NCAA basketball as the Final Four is upon us. Out of the 68 teams in the bracket, only 4 are left, as there are 4 of us here today. You got Nico, you got Tim, who make their usual appearances, but we have a special guest here, Sir Michael DeRosa. Michael, you can find him over on the Just Talking About Sports channel. He is a college basketball guru himself. He knows all things, and he's going to make predictions with us. Michael, how you doing today?
I'm doing great, Drew. Thanks for that amazing introduction. I'm truly flattered.
You're welcome. It's what I do.
Gotta hype him up a little bit.
Absolutely, because he's an overall great guy and pretty knowledgeable when it comes to college basketball. Far more knowledgeable than I am. But first, before we get into the predictions, a word from our sponsor. Yes, this is a sponsored video. Burns Kish Funeral Home, if you need a place to put your brackets because they're absolutely 6 feet under. Burns Kish Funeral Home in Munster, Indiana. Now, back to the picks. Without further ado, before we get into the games, let's recap our records. How are we doing? Nico is still holding a lead at 40-20, which is rather impressive. So props to Nico. And he's holding a 5-game lead on me, who is sitting at 35-25. And Tim, sitting at
we
the record
broke back to 500, baby.
And 30. Tim
30 for 30,
broken
baby.
Long-awaited 500. That just is.
Hey, I mean, I'm happy to be here, guys. I thank you for all your support over this long strenuous journey, but we made it back to 500, and we'll see with these games we can finally get into the winning column here.
Tim is looking to get into the positives, and Michael, he's got a clean slate as he's just joining us here. So now, without further ado, you guys ready to get into the games?
Born ready.
Ooh, let's get to it.
Absolutely. So the 4 teams left in the field. You got 2 1 seeds, a 2 seed, and then a surprise 11 seed.
I called it.
You did
not
call
from
it.
The beginning, but no one called it from the beginning.
Most definitely not from the beginning.
Not from the beginning.
Not nearly. We have the Gonzaga Bulldogs taking on the 11 seed UCLA Bruins, and then over on the other side, we have the Baylor Bears taking on the 2-seeded Houston Cougars. The first game we have on deck is Gonzaga versus UCLA. Gonzaga, the absolute powerhouse, decimating everybody in their path. And UCLA, after upsetting top-seeded Michigan, they're just happy to be here. They're along for the ride. All right, now we're ready to make our picks for the Gonzaga-UCLA game. I will go first, then Tim can take his crack at it, Nico, and then followed by Michael. Guys, this UCLA story was a fantastic one. First 4 to Final Four, but Gonzaga has what it takes to win, and I got to take them. I would love to go UCLA. I would love to be Tim here and pick UCLA, but I can't. I got Gonzaga. Tim?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, love UCLA's story. I love Johnny Juzang and what he's done battling through those constant ankle injuries that he's dealt with throughout not only the regular season, but the tournament as well. He tweaked it like twice during the tournament, kept playing, pushed through it, put up some great numbers in most of their games. But Gonzaga's, they're just too well put together. And this, if there was any team to beat the talk of Gonzaga being the great team that doesn't face any talent, this is going to be the team that could break that stereotype and come out of the tournament with a championship. So I just can't see the Bruins winning this game, even with an absolutely stunning game out of Johnny Juzang.
Right, you are. Nico, you going to stick with us? Or are you going to embrace the madness?
I see those gears. turning.
Screw it, man.
He wants to do
Embrace
something.
that madness. I'm gonna take the Bruins in this one. I'm gonna take UCLA. I will take UCLA, the UCLA Bruins. I mean, here's
The only
thing,
reason
guys.
he's
They're
doing
on
this
that.
is because he knows he has the win wrapped up.
Yeah, he can't.
I don't have to
possibly
try. I
do
just
that.
have to say smart things. Okay, so let me go back to that.
Smart things.
All right. Why
No.
in the world do you have UCLA?
Here's the thing, guys. Usually when, things like this happen where we see teams like, an 11 seed UCLA, or we see 10 seeds, or we see these kind of magical teams have historical runs, it usually kind of just comes down to either the madness or, they'll just end up getting blown out. But this time I don't see that. This time I can't see the UCLA Bruins going to the finals. And I would love to see them go. Yes, Gonzaga's 30-0, but we come back to what you said about the competition. Who have they played that's competitive? We have
They've
seen
proved that wrong in every single game this tournament.
But
Yeah.
the Pac-12 has been amazing this year. The Pac-12 has been amazing this year. And right now, I'm 40-20. I can blow these next 2 games and be 3 games ahead of Drew.
I'm
So
40-20. UCLA Bruins are the best team in the world. They're
know
going
what?
to win the NBA Finals.
All right.
Listen, ESPN gives UCLA a 10% chance to win, and I'm going to ride that 10%. Give me the Bruins, baby.
Michael, you want to right this ship that has absolutely just been blown off course?
Yeah, let's edit this. So first of all, Nico said like Cinderella runs, these big Cinderella runs for double-digit seeds. There has not been a double-digit seed that's made the finals. So let's start there. Usually it would be the first. If he somehow is right, which if he is, props, but he's not. UCLA has won the last 2 games pretty fluky. Like Alabama shot 11 of 25 from the free throw line, and then Michigan had their worst offensive performance of the year. Some of that due to UCLA's defense, absolutely, but in other parts, not really. And this Gonzaga team is so good. We're watching a team that is awesome, and if you're not realizing it in the moment, it's just going to pass you by. This team is awesome. Take Gonzaga. Be smart. They're winning by double digits.
All right.
Sucks that you're wrong.
Well, we'll see
We'll
if
see.
Hey, that's why it's why we play. It's why we play the game.
Yeah, exactly. That's why you play the game. Now, the next matchup we have on the table is Baylor versus Houston. And Nico, do we want to just throw up the hashtag real quick? Hashtag Nico hates Houston, which we gave to him all of last video per his request.
Can I go first?
Knock your socks off.
Great. So these morons decided to make it here because everyone else in the damn tournament sucked this year. I'm going to just take Baylor by over 30 points. And if I see Houston in the finals, you will not see me in the next video of the championship game. You will see me at home crying in my bed behind me in tears because, of course, the year I just butcher them, they're going to make it all the way. So I'm going to go Baylor. But guess what? Baylor's going to have their fluke next game, but I'm going to still go with them. But I'm going to take Baylor.
All right. A very emphatic pick of Baylor by Nico.
He has his opinions, that's for sure.
He's definitely very opinionated, and he most definitely hates Houston. Although I don't think it's going to be a blowout, and you need to put some respect on Houston's name.
They played one ranked team all season, and they were ranked as 6th seed. Okay. Just putting that out there.
All right. Well, first of all, put some respect on Houston's name. Props for them to even getting here. They're one of the 4 remaining teams out of the field of 68. So props to them. And we all know I love me some Houston. But Baylor's a brick wall. I've been saying it all tournament. And they're just going to smash their way right to the national championship. Although I don't think it's going to be the 30-point blowout that Nico thinks. I think a 15-point victory for Baylor is not too unreasonable.
May I just say one thing? They have played double-digit seeds this whole entire tournament. They were expected to win all of these games. They're not going to win this game. They're going to get blown out. They have not played no competition at all whatsoever.
Hey, guys, who do we think Nico thinks is going to win here? I wonder who Nico thinks is going to win. Anyways, Nico is Baylor. So do I. Tim, who do you got?
Here comes an interesting one for me. Baylor's brick wall is getting tumbled today.
I love it. Although I got that way, I love it. And Nico's gone.
I really do think Houston's gonna come out in this one because Houston's defense is, I think, what's going to be their game winner for this one. They average like 8 steals a game. What in the world is happening?
What do you have in your hand?
You said who was gonna win?
I believe the Houston Cougars are going to win this game.
Tim, you better watch out. Nico might drive down to West Loft with a bat.
You know what? I'm prepared to back up my pick in combat if I have to.
It's a cliffhanger.
You know what? I will
I'll hear-
defend you
so
in
here-
said combat.
Here's one of the things that I want to point out is yes, Nico, you're absolutely right. They faced double-digit seeds this whole tournament. But you talk about double-digit seeds like you talked about UCLA. They were an 11 seed. They were an 11 seed that made it all the way. We've had some some double-digit seeds that have played some really good basketball come tournament time. And I think the double-digit seeds that they've played have not been bad double-digit seeds. I mean, you talk about I don't necessarily want to put Rutgers in that category because they are a very iffy double-digit seed when it comes to all the ones that have won a game in the tournament this year. But when you talk about Syracuse and Oregon State they both put up some really good performances, and Houston came in and stifled their magic. So you could talk about that those other teams had flukes to get there, but I think it was Houston doing what they needed to get done to beat teams that had good momentum coming in. And one of the things, Drew, you talked about, you could see a 15-point win for Baylor. Baylor has not had a 15-point win yet this tournament, and that includes against 16 seed Hartford. So that's why I'm not necessarily confident in Baylor in this one. They've played good basketball, don't get me wrong, but they've kept almost all of these games in reach of teams that can go on a streak and can disrupt their flow. And I think Houston's a team that can do that. So I'm going to take Houston.
All right. And Tim, just for your not winning a game by 15 in this tournament, the margins of victory are 14, 13, 11, and 9. So, I mean, it's not close games either.
Yeah.
But I get your point.
Nail bite,
anyways, we have one
more
person, we have one more person that still needs to make their pick.
Michael, make your decision wisely. Just putting that out there.
So, first of all, we're going to ignore that they beat Hartford in the first game by 24 points. It was 79-55.
Oh,
is
right,
that 24? Oh, I can't read.
He's right. Math is hard.
Yeah.
Baylor by 30.
Yeah.
Math is
This
hard.
game, actually, I think it's going to be a close game. I think these are two teams that they defend well. They're going to grind you. Houston will make it a grind. But in the last two tournaments, Houston, they've lost to really good tournament, champion level teams. They've lost to a Kentucky team in 28-19 that was really hot, and that Auburn team just got them somehow. And then in 2018, they lost to Michigan team on a buzzer beater. That was ridiculous. Still love you, Rob Gray. But I just think this is the end of the line for them. I think it's going to be a close game. I think Houston very well can win. I don't think it's a double-digit game. I just think Baylor's guards are just so much better. Like Davion Mitchell, Jared Butler, Maceo Teague. They just got too many weapons for Houston. I love Kelvin Sampson. Love that they won on this run. Love that they beat that awful Syracuse team that deserved to lose. But I might take Baylor here. I think it's a close game. I think it's a good game. I got the Bears.
Right, you are. And we have some really interesting picks. I mostly expected chalk, but I mean, hey, Tim went with Houston. Nico, you went with UCLA. And
Nico and I like shaking up the board here and there. So
yeah, you guys do like shaking up the board.
I'll see you down in Westlaw. Just let you know that right now.
By all means.
All right. All threats of violence aside, I think that'll do it for today's video. I mean, it was a shorter one. We only had 2 games, but we'll be here for the national championship once that game is decided. And thank you once again to Burns Kish for sponsoring this video. Whenever we want to bury Nico's UCLA prediction because it's just absolutely terrible.
When it happens, I'm just going to be sitting right here again, and I'm going to just sit here and be like, I told you all it was going to happen.
Okay, Nico.
You do that.
Oh, I will.
Save yourself that, buddy.
Oh, I will. Thank you all. Thank you all. And have a good night.
Until next time, we out. Peace.